Hey everyone, Lucid. Checking back in super quick with you. I am, this is still turn 29. Isn't that right? Yeah, 29. I had done the last turn with you kind of live, so I hadn't had time to fully mull over everything, and I made some kind of big changes. Normally I would just kind of tell you what I did in the next episode, but it's kind of fun to let you know about them before we see the consequences. So anyway, there's a few changes that were kind of important I wanted to make. First is on research. It turns out my partner has 70 nature gems, so going for alt is good. Often the way Mother Oak works is the first person to put it up won't overcast it very much. They'll overcast it by like 10. Sometimes they will save up enough to do an overcasting of whoever overcasts them, but often they don't, often not. And so usually it's pretty frequent in games the first person who gets Mother Oak doesn't keep it. And the reason is because it only gives 10 nature gems a turn, which is not that many. Like I found more than 10 gems, or almost, in one turn just site searching. So it's not a ton of gems. But for us, it is going to be worth casting 80 gems. It will pay itself off within a year. And we are going to deny it from him. The problem for someone else, though, if they want to overcast over us, is they don't know how many we overcasted him by. We could have overcast it by 10, we could have overcast it by 50. Nobody really knows. So to safely overcast us after we take it from him, they're probably going to want to spend at least 100. And if they spend 100, it's a pretty slow payback. It's 10, and it's not even guaranteed because we could have gone crazy and we could have put 100 into it, or 200 or 120 or something, right? So it's often the case the people who get it a second are going to keep it longer. But if you get it third, which is pretty rare because, I don't know. Anyway, you can. Then you're probably going to have it the rest of the game. Because once you overcast it for 120 or something like that, which is 100, 120, nobody's going to really come back and try to take it from you. Unless they really don't want you to have it. And it's not that powerful. So anyway, but because of that, I am going to switch and we're going to do Alt 5 first. Then I think I am going to rush up to Enchantment 6 and drop all my Fire Gems and Enchanted Pyre. Abyssia and I will probably be fighting for that. So I may actually want to overcast it by about 60 or something like that. I can put a lot in it, and that will hopefully keep Abyssia off of it. So I do kind of need... I think we have... I don't know what Lanka's fire income is, but we could figure it out. I'm not going to sit here and do it. But it's probably like 8. By the time I have that, we will probably have enough to do... hopefully we can have 150 by then. That would be a pretty damn solid overcasting. I don't think we would get it stolen from us very easily. And it would pay for itself in not too long. So that would be pretty good. And that would totally pay for itself by the time I get End of Culture, and then I can drop this for a lot, which would be really good. The other nice thing about this is our Dominion will spread chaos, which is good not only for me, but also for Lanka. So what that effectively means is even if we don't have Dominion in a province, we will start pushing Turmoil into it, which is pretty good. And you can see here, a lot of people don't... It's very rare to take very high order, and Zabalba is one of the nations that kind of would take high order, because a lot of times they're recruitment point limited. No, they don't have to. So anyway, but you can see even Zabalba doesn't take very high order. So once we get that, it will get this probably into the Turmoil. I don't know how much it pushes Turmoil, but it will push it some. So we'll either get rid of order scales or push us into the Turmoil and everywhere that's kind of on our borders. And that will make all of our thugs better, it will make our super combatants better, and it will make all of our troops better. We are a nation that really thrives on chaos. So there's that. That's a change to our research priorities. The other thing I wanted to say, which is kind of important, I had this guy before, and he was just sneaking off this way to go pick up some some barbarians and stuff that had fled. But I realized that he's actually in a perfect situation to grab gems or grab items. And basically I have an almost guaranteed kill on this guy. And he has a lot of really good items. We'll just check out what they are real quick and count how many gems they are. So this is a 5 gem item, a 10 gem sword, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So it's 60 gems worth of items. And I'm not going to get all of them, but I could very easily get 40 gems worth of items. So we're going to have him attack, and he's just going to try to sit at the back, hold, stay behind troops. And his whole job, because these guys that are coming in to kill him are fully kitted out, so they're not going to be able to pick up any items when they kill him. So his job is going to be to pick up items. And this is something that I don't see people doing a lot. Oftentimes, if I know it's a guaranteed kill, I'll try to teleport. I don't have great access to teleporters, but if I did, I would teleport in an extra guy just to sit in the back and maybe throw out a few harassment spells, but he's not kitted. His whole job is just to pick up the items. So that is a way to turn killing thugs and super combatants into an actual revenue generation system. So we will happily do that. So that's another very important change. Yeah. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Just one last thing I'll mention super quick is we are forging a bunch of... I was trying to figure out what are the weapons I'm going to give. Do I not have it here? I thought I had one of them. Okay, yeah. We're going to be forging burning blades, I think, is the weapon. Now, I'm not totally sure if this is going to be the best one. There's not too much else I can do. The Thunder Whip's not going to be great. Yeah, because it's not going to do any damage. The burning sword is going to do a fair amount of damage. 12 damage is pretty high. 2 attack, and then on hit, extra effect on hit is going to be doing flame damage, and this can also set people on fire. And so that is going to be pretty nice. So I think this will probably go on our next Dione, which is going to get kitted, which is probably going to be Jojek. So he'll carry 2 of these. And so it'll be basically 2 30 damage attacks in melee. They'll be doing a little bit less damage than this, but they'll in addition have the flame effect when they hit. So that will be pretty good. Yeah. And that will probably be good enough to chop through the giants pretty quickly. I think that is about it. Honestly, I might want to do a Flesh Eater so that he goes berserk. The problem with Flesh Eater, if he goes berserk, is he won't run. That may be okay. Yeah. Thing is, I'll get past a lot of their repelling. The repel is going to do a hit against my defense, and their attack is going to be about equal. Probably will be worth it, because my defense actually is going to get harassed down. And I'll probably start failing a lot of those checks. So we'll see. I think it's probably going to be worth doing a Flesh Eater. I'll ask my ally to send me a Flesh Eater this turn or next if he can. But we'll see. So anyway, I think that is about it for the update. The most important thing was the change to research priority, and then trying to snipe these items. But anyway, quick update. Hope you enjoyed.